A very good morning, students. Through this video, I am going to explain the fourth chapter of your subject computer, that is ethics and safety measures in computing. Okay, so in this chapter, I will discuss about the ethics and safety measures. Okay, but before that, I want to give a brief information about internet, advantages and disadvantages of internet. Okay, so now let's start. So the first thing that is appearing in your screen is internet. Okay. And we all know that what is internet and what is the purpose of internet. Okay, so internet is one of the largest information databases. Okay, it is the international network of computers. Okay, and what is network? Network means whenever more than one computers are connected with each other, that is called network of computers. Okay, so we can say internet is a global system of interconnected computer networks that enables the users to share information and various resources with each other. Okay, so that means internet has become a important part of our life. Okay, nowadays internet is boon to the world. Okay, almost every aspect of our life is touched by the internet. Okay, and this internet provides 24 into 7 services to us. Okay, next topic is advantages of internet. Okay, so in our day-to-day life there are many advantages of internet available. Okay, so now next I am explaining some of them. Okay, so the first advantage of internet is education. Okay, so internet has changed the traditional learning system. It is widely used for educational purposes by students and teachers to learn anytime and anywhere. Okay, and we can say there are so many universities are available which offers the online learning facility nowadays by the help of internet. Okay, next one is easy mode of communication. The next advantage is easy mode of communication. So internet is a easy and economical mode of communication. Users can communicate with each other using various services available on internet like email, chat, video conferencing, messengers, etc. Okay, next one is business. Okay, so the internet has brought new opportunities for businesses to offer goods and services online. Okay, meetings can be conducted through the video conferencing facility without physically visiting the place, as well as the financial transactions can be made online. Okay, next advantage is e-commerce. Okay, so nowadays many companies have their own websites which are used for e-commerce. Okay, the meaning of commerce is business. Okay, that means we can say online business. Okay, so e-commerce industry has become one of the biggest industries in the world. Okay, we can now purchase every possible goods and get services from different shopping portals around the world. Okay, so this is possible because of the internet. Okay, next one is media and entertainment. Okay, so using internet we can download games, videos, songs, etc. As well as internet also provides the facility to read different newspapers, magazines and books online. Okay, next one is social networking. Okay, so it is the latest way to communicate. It offers a platform where an individual can connect with friends and strangers. Okay, some examples of social networking sites are Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, etc. Okay, next one is forum. So in internet, forum is an online discussion site, okay, where people can hold conversations in the form of posted messages. Okay, and the last one is health and fitness. Okay, so we can say internet is now playing a healthy role in provide extensive information on health and fitness. Okay, there are various medical sites available, okay, from which we can read more about various diseases, their cures and precaution measures. Okay, so these are some advantages of internet in our life. Okay, next one is disadvantages of internet. Okay, so we can say internet has several advantages for every individual. Okay, and it is extremely popular in this modern age. Okay, however, it is a tool which must be handled with caution, as its misuse can be harmful for us. Okay, so some of the disadvantages of internet are as follows. The first one is virus threat. Okay, so there are more chances of virus attack whenever our computers are connected to internet, okay, which can result in the crashing of system and data loss. Okay, the second one is spamming. Okay, so spamming refers to unwanted emails, okay, that are coming from unknown source. Okay, and these spamming, or we can say these spams, uses the system's resources and can also be used to spread computer virus or other malicious software. Okay, next one is theft of personal information. Okay, so we should be careful enough while handling our personal information such as name, address, card number, etc., as they can be accessed by hackers. Okay, next one is cyber terrorism. Okay, so nowadays modern terrorist organization perform target attacks on power plants, banks, commercial areas, or buildings of national importance. Okay, and this can be conducted remotely with the help of a mobile phone and the internet. And the last one is time wastage. Okay, so although internet provides various services to its users, yet people generally waste time and energy in surfing the net. Okay, so these are some disadvantages of internet. Okay, next topic is computing ethics. Okay, so in general, ethics is a set of moral principles that regulate the behavior of a group or an individual. Okay, so similarly, computing ethics instructs the users how to use a computer, okay, with proper procedures and moral principles. Okay, so we can say computing ethics is a set of procedures and moral principles that regulates the use of computer. Okay, so computing ethics focuses on ethical implementation and use of computing resources. Okay, it basically aims at encouraging IT users to responsible in order to respect views of others and acknowledge the rights and properties of people on the internet. Okay, next one is some of the common ethical guidelines, okay, which we have to follow whenever we are using the computers. Okay, the first one is do not use computer technology to cause interference in other users' work. Okay. Next one is do not spy on another person's computer data. Okay. Next one is do not use computer technology to steal information. Okay. Do not contribute to the spread of wrong information using the computer technology. Okay. Always avoid buying pirated software. The meaning of pirated software is the duplicate copy of any original software. Okay. Next one is before developing a software, think about the social impact it can have. Okay, and be respectful with the fellow members while communicating on the internet. Okay, so these are some common ethical guidelines which we have to follow whenever we are using computer. Okay, next topic is unethical practices. Okay, or we can say some unethical activities. Okay, so in the coming section I will discuss some of the common unethical activities which are famous in the society. Okay, so the first unethical activity is plagiarism. Okay, so the first of all just understand the meaning of plagiarism. So plagiarism is the uses of the language and thoughts of another person projected as one's own original work. Okay, so that means if any person is using the language and thoughts, or we can say ideas of another person in its own work without the permission, that is called plagiarism. Okay, and it is considered as a crime act. Okay, so we can say the meaning of plagiarism is to steal the ideas or words of another. Okay, to use the product of another person. Okay, as well as to present as news an idea or product derived from an existing source. Okay, so that is known as plagiarism. Okay, international copyright laws also state that expression of original ideas is considered as intellectual property and is protected by the copyright law. So almost all forms of expressions fall under the copyright protection as long as they are recorded in some manner. Okay, means if someone's ideas has recorded in a book or a computer file, okay, so that falls under the copyright protection. Okay, so we cannot use that expression, or we can say that idea, okay, without the permission. Okay, next one is nowadays plagiarism has become very easy with technological advances like web searching and copy paste options. Okay, so nowadays if we want to make any project, or we can say if we are going for any research work, okay, so we can easily search the material on web. Okay, but that material has already posted by someone. Okay, so we cannot copy paste those material without the permission of that means the owner of that material. Okay, so this is called plagiarism. Okay, next one is steps to prevent plagiarism. Okay, so one term is used here, that is called citation. Okay, so citation is the simplest way to prevent plagiarism. Okay, so first of all just understand the meaning of citation. Okay, so acknowledging the original writer and the sources from where the material has been taken is called citation. Okay, that means whenever we are using the material of any other person, so always acknowledge that person in the our work. Okay, so it includes the following steps. Okay, to inform readers regarding the basis of one's ideas and extent of one's research. Okay, so that means whenever we are using the ideas and material of any other person, so always inform the readers about that person. Okay. The next step is one can rephrase the material. Okay, so that means if we are using the material of any other person, so we can modify or we can reword that material according to our need. Okay, and the last one is use quotation marks around all the quoted words of another person. Okay, so these are the steps. The next unethical activity is cyberbullying. Okay, so cyberbullying is an act of harming, harassing, targeting a person by another person using internet. Okay, this includes insulting remarks and threatening messages sent by email, spreading rumors about the person either by emails or social networking sites. Okay, so this is known as cyberbullying. Next one is steps to prevent cyberbullying. Okay, the first one is do not disclose your identity to unknown person. Okay, if you are using social networking sites, so don't disclose your identity. Okay, next one is use strong password for your accounts. Okay, for all type of accounts, for your email account, for your social networking account, so always use strong passwords. Okay, next one is search whereabouts of the persons you meet online. Okay, so if you meet someone online, so always search all information about that person. Okay, and the last one is restrict your online profile to be checked by the trusted friends only. Okay, so just apply some restrictions in your online profile, so that's why only the trusted friends can check your online profile. Okay, so these are some steps by which we can prevent cyberbullying. Okay, so the next unethical activity is phishing. Okay, so phishing is an act of sending an email to a user, misleading him to believe that it is from a trusted person or organization. Okay, so the user is asked to visit a website in which he is supposed to update or validate his personal details such as username, password, credit card details, etc. So in this way, the operators of fake website steal your identity and commit crimes in your name. Okay, so this is known as phishing. Okay, next one is steps to prevent phishing. The first one is do not click on links, download files, or open attachments in emails from unknown sources. Okay, next one is be aware of links in emails that ask for the personal details. Okay, so always avoid these type of emails links which are asking about the personal details. Okay, next one is always prefer secured website. Okay, so how can we identify the secured website? Always the URL of a secured website starts with https double slash colon, and your browser displays a green colored icon on the closed lock. Okay, so if you are getting https slash colon and green colored icon of the closed lock, so that means that is the secured website. Okay, and the last one is check your online accounts and bank statements regularly for ensure. Okay, so these are some steps by which we can prevent phishing unethical activity. Okay, so the next unethical activity is hacking. Okay, so we all know that what is hacking. So hacking refers to an illegal intrusion, or we can say illegal entry into a computer system or network. Okay, and hacking is performed by the hackers. Okay, so hackers are highly technical people who secretly break into computers to steal important data or sometimes to destroy it. Okay, so hackers not only steal important data, but also hack applications and websites which we are using in our computer system. Okay, next one is how can we prevent the hacking unethical activity. Okay, so for that we have to perform some steps. Okay, so keep your passwords secret and change them regularly. Okay, next one is update your antivirus frequently. Okay, next one is always make use of secure websites, and we all know that what is the a sign of secure website, means how can we identify the secure website, we all know that. Next one is always check permissions and authenticity on the apps before installing them. Okay, so that means you should always ensure that the apps are not accessing unnecessary information. For example, a drawing app should not have access to your contact list or your network information. Okay, and the last one is never store your credit card details on a websites. Okay, so these are some steps by which we can prevent hacking unethical activity. Okay, the next unethical activity is spamming. Okay, so first of all, what is spam? Okay, so spams are unwanted bulk emails that come from strange sources. Okay, so we can say spam are generally sent in large numbers for commercial advertising. Okay, in spamming, millions of copies of the same message are sent to email users worldwide. Okay, next one is how to identify spam. Okay, so the messages that do not include your email address in two fields are common form of spam. Okay, so whenever we are not getting our email address in two fields, so that means just identify that is the spam. Okay, next one is steps to prevent spamming. Okay, so install spam filtering software in your computer system. Okay, second step is reject all instant messages from person who are not in your contact list. Okay, next one is do not click the URL links within instant messenger. Suppose someone is sending you any email. Okay, that person is unknown for you. Okay, so don't click the URL link. Okay, if someone is sending to you. Okay, and the last one is keep the software and security up to date. Okay, so these are some steps by which we can prevent spamming. Okay,